Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of this series where I'm putting new fuel lines on this Craftsman 42cc chainsaw. So far I've put the carburetor back together here, see if I can focus it, with a new diaphragm. That was this piece here, the metering diaphragm. I know it's not going to be in focus, but hey. So yeah, I put it all back together, and then I have just started installing the new fuel line. So for those of you who don't know, the easiest technique that I have found is using a little piece of wire here, feeding it up through the little holes in the gas tank. Let's see if we can focus in there. You can't really see them, but on the little holes in the gas tank, feed this up through the gas tank into the hole, and then you will basically, well, here's my old fuel line. You'll cut a notch out of it. Focus in here, like that, and then you can insert the wire into the fuel line like this, and then you can bend it back. I know this probably isn't in focus right now, but it will be. So basically, I'll put my hand here, focus the darn DLSR camera, which isn't very good, but hey, so you want it to go look like this, and then feed it through the gas tank, and basically, so say this was in the gas tank and I would through the hole, you just want to pull it through and until you have one end out like this or like this, and then you can cut your wire and attach it to the carburetor. So I'm going to reinstall the carburetor now. It's not actually too difficult, so I don't think I'll record that part, but yeah. Oh, and the okay, so how the fuel line goes is this part goes to this side of the carburetor. So it goes on like this. This side goes on here. Okay, and the carb sits like this. And this side goes on here. So I should also mention there's the primer bulb. This isn't the exact one, but I'll put it on for now. You can put the primer bulb on, and then there's another, so it goes from the gas tank to the primer bulb and then you can attach another line here to this yeah, this side of the carburetor. So it goes tank to the primer bulb to the carburetor, and it's the left side of the carburetor right there. You're still not in focus, but anyway, so that's the setup for this model. All of them are pretty much the same. I'm going to shut you off there, and we will return when I have this installed, and then I'll put the fuel lines on and show you that. Hey guys, so I'm returning to you because maybe installing carburetor is a little bit harder than it looks, and maybe you guys will get hooked up on that. So I'm just going to run you through real quick. So you want to install the throttle cable down into this, hopefully you can see that, down into this side of the carburetor, just like that there. And then the choke knob lever thing fits into the other spot right there. So there are two spots to put it, or yeah, two butterfly valves, but it goes on the one on the outside of the carburetor. So this one just snaps on. There we go. So it snaps on like that, and then it actuates like this. And then it sticks out the side here, underneath there. But, so yeah, Then you can, I have to trim these fuel lines again, and yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get the carburetor on though. Oh yeah, and the throttle goes on the inside of the carburetor, so facing the engine. That probably made no sense, but it does to me. So yeah, and then it just pushes on these two little knob thingies. And then I will trim the fuel line and reinstall everything and then show you there. But yeah, so that's the setup on this one. And then on the air filter thing, where did it go? Oh, here. This is where the throttle cable connects. It connects right there. So hopefully that made a little bit of sense, and I'll bring you back once I install everything. Okie dokes. Trim the fuel line and install everything. Okay guys, so I got it all fitted up with I was telling you about the primer bulb line there, and trimmed all the other lines. And I got all the carburetor assembly on, the air filter, and the choke knobs, and I think, oh, and the throttle. That was a little bit tricky, but it just fits, like, it connects to the air filter cover. It, like, fits up in there, and then it slides back. It's a little bit complicated, but if you have this model, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we're almost done here. I'm just going to fasten down the primer bulb like this. And I think that's about it. I have to reinstall the covers, but then I think we're ready to go. And hopefully it runs. So yeah, that's on there. And then the starter rope assembly, back it up a bit, goes on like this. Want to make sure these little tine thingies, whatever they're called, they're spring loaded, by the way, they fit inside here. So just like give the rope a little pull when you're putting it on, but it's relatively easy. And then I'll tip this off like this. Yeah, hopefully you can still see that. I'll back you up a bit. And I am going to use my impact, which I don't actually recommend with plastic screws, because oftentimes you'll over tighten it like that. This one's stripped out. That sucks. I didn't actually do that, but you know what I'm talking about. Just snug. I'm not even going to get it to ratchet with my impact gun. Oopsies, there I did. But anyways, so that's on there. I'm going to just make sure this is stripped out, because I hope it's not, but yeah, that's stripped out. It's still turning there. Anyway, so that screw's done. I'll leave it in just for looks or whatever. But it's not a huge issue, because there are 3 other screws holding that on. But everything on the carburetor side is assembled. Then we can install the gas cap again. And I'll just put that on. I have to add gas. We'll take it outside and see if it won't fire up. Hey guys, so unfortunately it wouldn't start up right away, so I didn't get a movie of it, but it does run. Everything we did worked. It just needed some time to get going, so I can't say this was a true cold start or first start. But right now it should start up in a couple pulls. Keep in mind though, it is not tuned up, and it really needs to be. So without any further ado, let's start this guy up. Yeah, see, it's running really lean, but you should get the idea. choked it too much. Anyway, it runs. I'll get it running really well, hopefully, and show it to you all tuned up, cutting a piece of wood. Oh, and guess what? Rookie move here. Previous owner put the chain on backwards. Now if I can get it to focus, I'll show you. And no. Oh, there we go. See, the cutting teeth are going the wrong way. They should be pointing that way and they're facing that way. Anyway, I'll show you it. Next clip will be running it in a piece of wood. Hey guys, I just got the saw all back together and gave it a really quick carburetor tune and put a new fresh brand new chain on it. So it runs awesome, and all these steps worked for me and hopefully they work for you. So I'm going to cut this little piece of wood here and show you how it runs. Awesome guys, so it runs sweet. The idle is a little high, that's why the chain was spinning around. But I really hope you enjoyed this series, and I really hope you learned something. So if you're new here, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget to rate, comment. And we will see you next time on Backyard Mechanic.